So in this video, I'm going to show you a few tips and tricks in Google Photos. Now, Google Photos is a storage solution and an organizational solution for your photos, whether you're looking at using it for personal or work business. It's extremely handy. Not only does it keep the photos off your machine and backed up in the cloud, but it's extremely good for organization and finding photos. So in this case, I happen to be in my personal account, which I use to back up all my personal photos, just because it'll be easier to do different searches and so forth in there. To get to Google Photos, once you're logged into your Google account, you can go to your waffle. So you could be in Drive or Gmail. You notice that there's an option for photos right there. Or if I just go to photos.google.com, it'll take me to my Google Photos. Now, the first thing I'll point out is that you can see it's organized by date in reverse order, so the most recent photos, in my case, are at the top. But the side, you have this bar, this date bar. So if I go through and let's say I picked July 2015, or June of 2013, it'll jump me to those locations in time. So pretty good stuff right there. On the side, you have these different categories. So photos are all my photos. Albums, I'll be talking about albums in the search in a minute. The For You's and the print store are kind of like options you can use to buy photos. And the sharing is where you could make a shared album. You can see right here, I have one that's shared with me. At the top, you have the upload option, which when you click on, you can see you can upload stuff from your computer or Google Drive. You also have the create, so if you want to make an album or a shared album or a collage or anything else, that's all options from there. So what I want to kind of focus mostly on is some of the organization. Specifically, I'm going to jump to albums. So what it does is it does these predetermined albums for you. So like it puts all the videos in one place for you. So if I click there, it's going to organize them all in one handy place, which is great because it's like no brain matter is used right there. It just does it for you. You can see here there's also a search option. The search option basically uses different categories to find things. So you see here under people, it organizes by face for these individuals automatically. So these are, if I click on my father-in-law here, it's going to give me all pictures of my father-in-law. And it does that by doing face recognition. So it just goes through, notices that person, and organizes them automatically. Now, it's not 100% perfect, but it's a lot easier than necessarily going through and tagging all those photos individually. So I'm going to go to my back button again. When I click on the search, you can see it gives me those people's faces there. But I can also search by location, by item, so on and so forth. So you can see here it's giving me some options. So I have a lot of pictures of Glencoe, Maine in there. When I go through there, you can see pictures of previous vacations. But I could do something like cat, or sure, we'll do black cat. So that's going to show me a bunch of pictures of my cat at home. Or I could look for something like, well, let's try pizza. Let's see what happens. So there we go. 3 pictures of pizza, and it looks like part of some kind of social media posting. And that's all just by using the built-in search. Now you can see here, it will also show your tags, your location tags. So if I go to my my albums in places, if you have photo location on for your camera or your phone, it will tag it for you. So I could go to Fall River and see all the Navy ships there, for example, that we have pictures taken care of. Or we can go to Springfield to the Basketball Hall of Fame. Okay, so it will tag places too. Now, something else I want to point out with this resource, there's another way that you can get your photos in other than uploading them, and it's by the backup and sync tool. So what the backup and sync tool does is it connects your Google account to your computer. And it does two main things. One, it'll take all your Google Drive files and sync them to your desktop. So it's almost like a backup on your computer or an offline version on your computer. It can also sync your photos. So if you have photos on your computer, it's smart enough to take those photos and automatically upload them to Google. So right here you can see I have the backup and sync on right now, and it's backing up, in this case, on my work computer. It's scanning the files, and it's going to upload any recent photos I have. When you set up the backup and sync, you can specify in the preferences what it does and doesn't sync. So in my case, I don't have it syncing my documents, just because I never need an offline copy, and I don't want to fill up my hard drive with that stuff. But I do have it syncing my photos, so everything that's in Google Drive is on my computer, and on my computer is in Google Drive. They also have apps for phones, which is a really handy way if you do a lot of photography on your phone, you can have it sync automatically, and then it's all in one place and not necessarily on your device. So again, that's a little bit on Google Photos. There's definitely more once you start getting into the options in terms of sharing or some of the creation items, like the collages and the animations is definitely worth at least playing around with. Seeing how you can add in photos and make a nice photo collage is kind of neat stuff. But I'll leave that to you in your free time.